Hey, Brian from Snake Bytes here. Everyone knows that I'm into ball pythons and I like working with the big snakes, but the truth is, colubrids are super cool. We're going to spend this time talking about it. You're watching Snake Bytes. Colubrid snakes come from the family Colubridae, which stems from the Latin term colubr, which means snakes. They're a broad classification of snakes comprising up to 2/3 of all species of snakes on the planet. They can be found on every continent except for Antarctica. And although there's many species of colubrids, the most commonly kept ones are corn snakes, kings, milks, rat snakes, gopher snakes, hognose, and garter snakes. We're going to spend some time looking at each one of these. I want to start with corn snakes. We've dedicated entire shows to corn snakes before because they're such cool animals, and I can't stress to you enough how great they are, especially for starter pets. But the neat thing about them is they come in a million different color phases as well. Really cool paint jobs. So they're great animals to keep as pets. They're also super cool to breed and very easy to care for. We'll show you a few really cool color morphs. King snakes are another great colubrid. They make great pets, they're really easy to care for, and there's a lot of diversity. So if you want a specific color or even a specific size, chances are you can find it in a king snake. Next on the list is probably the most brightly colored colubrid snake in the pet trade, which is the milk snakes. The majority of them come from Central and South America, and what's interesting about these guys is some of them only get about 2 foot long as adults or can get as large as 6 foot like this Honduran milk snake. This week on Ask the Breeder, as you can see, it's egg laying season here, and the question is, if I have a corn snake, how many clutches a year can it produce, and how do I go about second clutching it? The answer is, most corn snakes will lay 2 clutches, and how you want to rebreed it is right after she lays her first clutch, get as many meals as you can into her. She's going to shed about 2 weeks later, get that male back in, repeat the process. About 4 to 6 weeks later, you're going to have your second clutch. If you have any questions for me at Ask the Breeder, send it to brian@snakebytes.tv. Rat snakes are another animal in the colubrid family and are really variable. Like this emery rat snake, it's very closely related to a corn snake, but some rat snakes get much larger and some even get aggressive. We're even going to show you one that has a pretty unusual nose. Gopher snakes are a really interesting part of the colubrid family. As a matter of fact, some bull snakes, which are related to gophers in the Pituophis family, can get as much as 9 feet long. Almost all Pituophis come from North America, with few exceptions. And what I like about them is as babies, they hatch out really big and do really well, so they're easy to care for. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm in love with hognose snakes. They're one of my favorite snakes, and they happen to be part of the colubrid family. There's a lot of cool new morphs. They don't get big, and they've got incredible personalities. The last member I'm going to talk about of the colubrid family are garter snakes. There's a couple things about garter snakes that are really neat. If you happen to want a snake but don't want to feed it rodents, you can get a garter snake because they'll eat fish or worms. The other thing that is really interesting from a colubrid standpoint is they have live young. And there's nothing better than opening up a cage with a pregnant female and seeing a bunch of cool babies in the cage. I know there's a lot of excitement in the snake world for boas and pythons, but I say move over because colubrids are the new cool thing. You can find almost any color or flavor you want. That is, of course, unless you want an 18-foot snake. Then you gotta stick with pythons.
Snake myths, fact or fiction?
Hey Brian, I overheard some reptile people talking. They were telling me about how they had an aggressive snake at home. They would open the cage, they would put their hand right in the snake's face, and the snake wouldn't strike. I mean, do you think that would work in all cases?
Well, I don't know. I know that with dogs you're supposed to go hand first and let them sniff you, but with snakes I'm not so sure it's going to work that way. What I think we need to do is get Chewy to go with a couple aggressive snakes, stick his hand right in their face, and see if he gets bit.
Sounds good. I hope you use some good-sized snakes.
Well, we'll see what we can do. It is always fun to see Chewy get bit.
He does have girly fingers too. A little bit hairy, but girly.
It's true.
Chewy, snake myth, take one, hand in snake face. Stop. Ow. Ow. The stop method didn't work. Stop method, take two. Stop, don't bite me. Stop. Stop, don't bite me. Stop. Oh, I said stop, don't bite me. Stop method, take three. Stop, don't you bite me. Wow, it worked. Stop method always works. Or sometimes works.
All right, Brian, so how'd it go?
I tell you, Chewy got his hand right in the face of a couple snakes that were more than happy to bite, and as soon as he put his hand in there, they grabbed it and wouldn't let go.
So what you're saying is those people that I overheard are full of
I'm gonna go with fiction on this one.
Oh, and by the way, guys, if you guys have any snake myths, give us some new ones. We always like to hear what you guys have to say. Comment below.
Fiction.
For the comment of the week on the You're Fired episode, the question was, what do you think about swine flu? And Snake Lady Greta said,
The hamdemic, the pork apocalypse, snout break. So far in the States, it has been less dangerous than our normal flu strains. I'm not worried, just continuing to use common sense.
I gotta give it to you, hamdemic is a great explanation of what the swine flu is all about. Make sure you guys send me creative comments, and I'm gonna feature you on a future episode.
All right, guys, Cal's question of the week. We got another little disagreement here. Steve, also known as Scar, got a ticket the other day for not wearing a seatbelt. $65, and he's not too happy about it.
I don't know. I don't think it's right. I think it's just another way for the government to try and control you and get more money out of you. If I don't want to wear my seatbelt and I get in an accident and I get hurt, that's my own fault, right? They shouldn't have the right to step in and take that away from me.
How long does it take to put on a seatbelt? Huh? Is it that difficult? It's for stupid people. The law is for dumb people. You know how many people I drive by when they have 3 kids in the backseat jumping around and they can't put a seatbelt on them? Irresponsibility. That's why we have these laws. Let me know what you guys think. Text or video comment below.
So there it is. I hope I won a few of you guys over into the colubrid camp. They really are incredible animals. Next week, we're going to talk about how my passion for reptiles really started my business. So if you want to work with reptiles, you don't want to miss next week's episode. You've been watching Snake Bites.